All right, so we're going to do the exploded view, and then I'm going to put it on the drawing sheet for you. So in Onshape, to do an exploded view, you got to go over here when you've assembled it to the exploded views. I've already made one, so I'm just going to delete this one. And when you open it, it's going to say add exploded view. So you say OK. And then every piece you want to move, you can move in one step at a time or one direction at a time. So like if I want to move all three of these pieces up, I can select all three of them and then move them up like so. And then I'd have to hit check. If I want to move a second direction, I'd have to select off and then select on and then move a second direction. And then I'd hit check. So you got to do this for all the pieces you want moved, and all the pieces should be separate from each other, easily visible for your project. So I'm going to move this out. That's a check. And then I can move it up. I'm just going to leave it. I think out is fine. I move this one out. And I'm going to hit check. And that is done. So I'm going to click done. And that's the exploded view. If I wanted to see it, I could click on it and it'd be there. Okay. The second thing we do have to take care of before we leave this is you have a bill of materials table. Yours may be a little different, but this is not all the information we want in here. We want other information. So I want other things, like I want the name in here. Okay, so here's the name. I do not actually want the parts number, so I'm going to remove that. Usually there's a description in here too, or if you want things moved around, you gotta delete them and then add them. So you got all this stuff in here. Notice how all of my stuff is capitalized. That's the way it should be. If yours isn't, you can double click and change that. But mine's all capitalized because when I titled all the parts in the Part Studio and on the actual pieces, I capitalized them, saving me a step. Okay, so after you get this done, we can get out of here and we can start our drawing. So insert a new element. We're going to create a drawing. We are going to just do the basic template right here. This is fine. And we are going to bring in our drawing. So we're going to go to assemblies. This is not a part, we're going to an assembly. And we're going to bring in this assembly. And we've got two ways to bring it in. We can bring it in default, which we're going to want to do. So we are going to want to bring it in like this. So I'm going to bring this one in over here, I guess, because I'm going to put my parts list up top. And then we also want to insert that same assembly, but in an exploded view. So we got to switch this to explode 1. And obviously I want it as an isometric. And you can see it takes up slightly more space, so I'm going to drop it here. I could probably play with the scale and get this size slightly better. All right. I believe if I right click on this, I can switch it to show to shaded view, which I want on both of them. So where is it? I'm missing it. It should have a show shaded view. There it is. I don't know why I was missing that before, but there we go. So that's our shaded view. We have to bring in our bill of materials table, which we took care of in the other slide. I usually put that in a corner. So that's going to go right up here. All nice and nice. We did that back in the assembly. We took care of that. Remember over here? So these are the things you should have in there. If you don't, removing columns this way, adding columns is this way, and you type to change the text. All should be capitalized. So I'm in here now, and the last thing I gotta do is I gotta add my callout balloons. So you add one callout per part. So I go to each part, and one callout per part. Like there's 2 of these pins, so I only do 1 balloon for both of those pins. 2 sliders, I only do 1 balloon for both sliders. Okay. And these are all referenced to the table, so like 1 should be your base, which it is, 2 should be the handle, and so forth and so on. You title this, get over here, come on, we can do it. Zoom in, give up. There we go. Title this, do, all caps, do nothing machine. And there you go, your name should already be in there from your account. If it is not what you want, you can double click on it and change it. It's fine, it dates you. The rest of the stuff we can leave blank. We're not putting other drawings on this sheet yet, but we could in the future. Maybe we'll do that next week. Who knows? So this is how you would do the assembly and exploded view with a parts list in Onshape. And when you're done with this, you can go right click and export it. And that is what you'll be handing in. So good luck. See you later.